What's going on, everybody? Jay LeBlanc, wedding photographer and photography educator here. Today I'm going to share with you 10 things that I keep in my camera bag. Some of these items make me look like the best photographer ever, and I'm going to give you a secret. They have nothing to do with photography. And make sure you stick around till the end when I give you my bonus tip that will literally save your butt. Before I show you my first item, I want to share with you a little story. Recently, I was shooting a wedding, I was doing the portraits with the bride and groom, everything was going great. And then out of nowhere, the groom said to me, "Jay, the button fell off of my jacket. I don't know what to do." Without even hesitating, I knew exactly what to do. I went right over to my camera bag and dove into the compartment that I like to call the emergency kit. So if you couldn't have already guessed, first item that I'm going to share with you is a sewing kit. Keeping a sewing kit in your camera bag can literally save the day. This wasn't the first time that I've come to the rescue with my sewing kits. There's been multiple times where a groom, a bride, somebody in the bridal party, a family member, or even just a guest accidentally rips part of their clothing. So I come to the rescue. I just save their day. They don't have to worry about their fancy new clothes for the rest of the wedding. And bonus points if you're able to sew it for the person. The groom who ripped his button off of his jacket, I took his jacket, I sewed that button back on. We were back to pictures in less than 3 minutes. My 7th grade home ec teacher would be proud of me now. I get it. We're glued to these things constantly, and that's cool. But what happens if they break? Do we have a backup plan? The show must go on. We still have to get to all of our locations to capture our couple's day. This is why I always print out a paper map with contact information, addresses, and locations of every place that I have to go on that day. Now I'm really going to show my age here, but back in the day when we used to have a GPS that you would use a suction cup and put on our front windshield, I was using them to get me to a wedding one time. And unfortunately, it popped off, hit the shifter in the middle console, and just shattered. I would have stressed out, but luckily I had all these directions printed out sitting right next to me in my passenger seat. I was able to stop at a gas station and ask for directions to my next location. Drum roll, please. Ooh, please stop the drum roll. At weddings, it happens to everybody. You have the rehearsal the night before. There's a lot of drinking that goes on. People are dehydrated. They don't eat as they should. They get headaches. That's why I always carry aspirin, Advil, Tylenol, something to help people get rid of those headaches. Or if you yourself get a headache, you could pick up these little individually wrapped packages at a Walmart or Costco, or even get them on Amazon. And if somebody gets a headache, you're their savior right there, because they're able to get through the night without being in pain. The next one I'm about to show you, it gets used at almost every wedding I shoot. Time to go, shout wipes. These things are game changers. People spill stuff. They make mistakes. They have accidents. It happens. I get it. You see a bridesmaid who her kid accidentally spilled something on her dress, and you just show up with a Tide to Go pen, she will love you for the rest of the night. The next item, I'm sure you already have, but why isn't it in your camera bag? Portable battery chargers. Listen, when you get to a wedding venue, there may not be outlets on every single wall, and you may not be able to keep your bags safely near an outlet. And a lot of these wedding venues don't have good reception, which I'm sure, as you know, just drains your cell phone battery. So if you're keeping all important information stored in your cell phone, you want to make sure that it's charged. And if you're at a venue where there's terrible service and it's draining your battery, or you just need to be using your phone a lot that day, for behind the scenes, for some TikToks, Reels, Shorts, social media's got to eat first, right? Make sure you're carrying a portable battery charger, or at the very least, a wall charger with you. Especially if you don't have the important information printed out and you're using your phone to reference everything that your couple spent a long time filling out your questionnaire, you want to make sure that you're getting all those shots throughout the night. So make sure your phone's charged. When it comes to the wedding day, there's tons of good food. And you know what's one way to make food taste really good? Add some garlic. And you know what's one way to make sure nobody wants to talk to you? Eat some garlic. Nobody wants to be the stinky kid. So make sure you pack gum or mints, or both with you. Nobody likes stinky breath. Especially as the night goes on and the music gets louder, you have to get pretty close to people to talk to them. Make sure your breath stays fresh, and I'm sure some of the guests and other vendors will appreciate it. As a side job, I was a personal trainer for 5 years. and I took my nutrition very seriously. And I understand the importance of proper nutrition. On wedding days, it can often be a really long, tiring day that you're spending on your feet, constantly moving. You have to be really engaged and on point. That's why I think proper nutrition is so important. So make sure that you have some sort of healthy snack that you can keep in your camera bag if you're unable to actually get a full meal in. One of my personal favorites is Cliff Bars, not the ones coated in chocolate, just a good old-fashioned Cliff Bar. I highly recommend staying away from processed food, anything that's high in sugar, because it's just going to give you a little bit of temporary energy and then you're going to crash. So keep something in your camera bag or in your car that is high in nutritional value that you can also eat quick and easily while you're on the go. Fruits, nuts, some beef jerky, all of them are great options for a grab and go snack that are high in nutritional value that won't cause you to crash later on in the night. Comment below if you want to see me combine my personal training and nutrition background with the wedding industry. I'll do a video on what I eat the day before a wedding and on the day of the wedding to make sure my energy levels stay high through a 12-hour working day. For this one, I'll just get right to the point. No pun intended. Clothespins are used at almost every single wedding. Whether somebody's clothes don't fit properly, somebody ripped something, these are a great thing to keep in your camera bag. You could pick up a variety pack at a Walmart, Target, or any local drugstore that comes with a bunch of different sizes, and I'm sure somebody will really appreciate you at your next wedding. For this next one, I have to start it off with kind of a not so happy story. If you've ever been to a wedding before, I'm sure you know that last hour of the night, there's always that one person, you know who I'm talking about, the one who just can't seem to hold their drink. They drop their drink on the dance floor. Glass goes everywhere. As everybody knows, at weddings, people have a few adult beverages. They like to enjoy themselves. They party, they have a good time. Yeah, it's a wedding. Let's go. I was shooting this wedding one time. This bride decided to take her shoes off because she was having a great time. And her friend next to her, who had a few too many, was that person, dropped their glass. And this bride, she was having such a good time, she didn't even notice that the glass dropped. She danced her heart out all over that broken glass. The part where I first noticed was when one of the bride's friends mentioned to her, "Hey, there's blood all over the bottom of your dress." Just to find out that this bride had cut open the bottom of her feet in several places. And that's where I came in, once again, with my emergency kit. This time, literally an emergency kit. Keep an emergency first aid kit with you. It doesn't need to be anything fancy, just a couple bandages, an alcohol swab, something to help out, just in case there really is an emergency. Shut up, dog. Shut up, dog. Record a YouTube video over here. Excuse me. This dog. I'm trying to record a YouTube video here. Can you hear that dog? He's interrupting my YouTube video right now. The disrespect. I even put up the sign that said, recording in progress. What, you can't read? And when it comes to working a long wedding day, there's nothing like some high quality H2O. Always keep water with you. I understand that there's a bar and there's places that you can get water. If you just keep a bottle in your bag, it is much easier to run over to your camera bag, take a quick drink, and get right back to work, opposed to sometimes waiting 10 minutes on a line at a bar. It's super important to stay hydrated throughout the day so you can remain sharp and on your game and really provide the best for your clients. And for my bonus tip, I promised if you made it this far in the video, I have one last thing for you that will definitely save your butt one day. And it's one of those things that you don't need it until you need it. Can you take a guess what it is? Pants. Listen, when they rip, it's going to be terrible. But if you keep an extra pair of pants in your vehicle, you can quite literally CYA. If you don't know what that means, look it up. As a wedding photographer, you know, you're all over the place. You're high, you're low, you're on the ground, you're climbing a retaining wall. You're doing whatever it takes to get the shot and get the right angle. And sometimes that means stretching a little bit further than your pants want to. Maybe you don't have time to sew your own pants in the bathroom with the sewing kit that I know you're keeping in your camera bag. So it's easy, just throw an extra pair of pants in your car. That way you have them. And if you're somebody who doesn't wear pants to weddings, no, I don't mean like that. I mean somebody who wears like dresses or something else, lucky you. Because shooting a wedding when it's 100 degrees outside in pants, not fun. Not fun at all. Hi, buddy. Now my dog's here. What's up? I'm trying to record a YouTube video. So those are 10 things that I keep with me in my camera bag on a wedding day. Was there anything on this list that you already have in your bag? Is there something on this list that you might add? Let me know in the comments below. And if you found this video useful, I would love it if you could just give it a thumbs up, subscribe, do all the YouTube things. And if you don't feel like doing any of those, it's alright. I still hope you have a good day.